We're gonna do the roll call, but first, Gabe called tonight, and it's very important ball game he needs to go to, so he said he wanted to be excused, and I told him I'd be perfectly all right, so just so you understand, he's not gonna be with us. All right, need to do a roll call.
Chip Clark,
Here.
Roger Lofton,
Here.
Tim
sorry,
Rose.
Roger.
That's all right. We both here.
We here. Okay, I'm here too.
Donna Ross,
I'm here.
Jimmy White,
Here.
Gabe Williams, Sandra Wood.
Here.
All right, what we next have on the agenda is approval and correction of the minutes of the prior meeting. If you have had time to read over them, or anything you'd like to address at this time, we will. Will you stand corrected or approved as read?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Chip Clark,
Yes.
Roger Lofton,
Yes.
Tim Rose,
Yes.
Donna Ross,
Yes.
Jimmy White,
Yes.
Sandra Wood.
Yes.
Next on the agenda is the comments from the mayor. Well, first let me say that I don't think tonight that we will be able to vote on the first reading for any of the rates for electric, gas, water, or sewer, and we'll also vote on the gas rate. The reason being we had a little flub up on the numbers Friday, and we haven't got them correctly as it needs to be in the budget, and I would not ask this board to vote on it, handed a last minute paper, not knowing what you're voting on. So that's my fault, and I apologize for that. We didn't catch it till Friday afternoon. We was trying to figure it out, was going over all the budgets. But so what we intend to do, we'll have a special call meeting before the regular meeting on the 26th, and we'll do nothing but these three items at that meeting is what we'll do. So I'm gonna explain that. The reason I'm telling you this is because I prepared a little thing I'm gonna read, and I hope I can get through it without messing up too bad, so you can understand the complications that we have with the budgets. As you know, the city's expense is greater than its projected revenue. If we put a COLA or step raises both in all capital projects, it will be close to adding $1.6 million to the current budget over the 26-27 year. A percent raise will add to all wages, but that's not the biggest problem. The step raises will add the biggest change for it. For some reason, the step raises got changed about 3 years ago, and what it does is each step raise adds about 8% to the wages. So if you do a percent raise and you also get a step raise, then that budget's going to be exponentially bigger. For some reason, from 19 and 20 budget to the 25-26 budget, the pay scale has gone up around 33%. Along with inflation and raised expense have outpaced our revenue, and this is not the only problem. Number one, I'm asking to change the policy for those that retire at 60 and we pay full medical benefits to their 65. I think this was a bad policy we put in place years ago, because what we do is we turn around and we hire another employee. Now we're paying the one that left insurance, full medical benefits for 5 years, plus the one that we hired. So we'd like to bring it up before the board, and I'd like to have that policy changed so we can vote on it and make it effective July 1, 2026. So that'll help us and all employees will work to the age 65, and we'll eliminate retiring at 60. We're going to pause all step raises for employees with over 2 years of service in the 26-27 budget. Estimated savings about $575,000. That's what that'll do. So we're not eliminating, but we're pausing. The next item on the agenda is we're going to pause longevity pay for this year and review the policy for the next budget year, 27-28. We may have to make some changes in it and how we do the longevity pay. 4, we're gonna cut bonuses from $500 to $250. May be able to increase it over the year if our revenue stays steady and we don't have a shortfall due to inflation, and see what our total revenue for 26, 27 is. But that's not the biggest problem. Number 5, this problem right here is probably the one that we're probably gonna have to do with, and we're gonna have to work on. We're gonna have to cap the time being accumulated by employees, that older employees, and have a new plan to pay for the estimate, so when employees leave, the city does not keep paying. There must be a policy to change this. This policy was not supposed to be part of retirement, but was to help employees in time of sickness and personal need. We right now have a $1.6 million liability solely on what we would pay the employees if they left today. So what we're gonna have to do is work on a new policy to deal with this. And what we've done is we're not gonna take anything away from them, but what we're gonna do is come up with a management way to pay for this and cover it over the next fiscal, not 1 year, but over the next fiscal years, and be sure we get it paid before they leave. We've talked to the retirement people. The retirement people said there could be a way that this money could be put into their retirement, would boost their retirement, and that would help them more probably so than drawing the money. But we're working on ways to do this, but we're gonna have to come up to a policy and a way to do this so we can, when the person leaves, that we're no longer having to pay. So what we do, we can keep our revenue stream steady and we know what it is, and we won't be paying extra money that's hard to budget for, not knowing exactly who's gonna leave and when they're gonna leave and how much money's involved. Do I like what I've laid out? No. But the city will start somewhere and change some policies. 3 years from now, we'll probably pay off one debt, saving a revenue stream. We'll add $400,000 to it in cash flow. 5 years from now, we'll pay off the school debt, add another $440,000 in our cash stream. And this also increases the cash flow. We'll also be a flat property tax over the next 2 to 5 years. We know what's coming because the state's doing it. And that'll help our cash flow too. Lexington will come online. We'll start receiving in lieu of taxes. So you can see down the road 2 to 5 years from now that our cash flow will be more positive than what it is right now. We're not saying eliminate, but what we're saying to pause and review our policies, and this board will make the ultimate decision how we do this. I really understand what's ahead of us, what I'm asking the board to do, but I feel like it's my obligation to make you aware of these things so going forward you understand it. I've been glad to discuss it with anybody anytime. I know that Kathy will be glad to explain it to you because we worked hard on these figures trying to get around them and try to figure out what's the best plan to do. But what we need to do is make pauses or make a few changes till we get our cash structure going through this fiscal year so we do what we need to do. I want the employees to understand that not only do we give them good wages, but also we give them good benefit packages, which is part of their pay package. So we're trying to pay what's right and what's fair wages, have benefits for the employees, but we also want the taxpayers to feel like that we're doing the right job, that everybody shares in this. So we're asking some of the taxpayers will be a little slight tax increase over the years to pay for this, but do a little bit of cutting off from the employees, and everybody is in the same boat, and we're trying to work this out. This is a current plan, and this budget year we'll do a few things, and then stretch things out over the next 2 to 5 years, so it'll all come to fruition, and we can be back on a positive stream. And that's what I like to be able to do. So that's the reason I'm telling you about not voting on this, the gas and water and sewer and electric tonight, because we want to implement some of these policies, and they need to be in this budget. Now, we didn't get it all done, and that's the reason I'd like to put it off and have a special call meeting of the week on the 26th, and we'll do the utilities first, and then we'll have the budget for the city afterwards. So I know it's a lot to do, but I'm gonna get this typed up and I'll present it in maybe a little better format than what my chicken scratch does. But I will write this up and I'll present it and y'all look at it. And we have 2 full weeks to talk about it, go over it, review it. Kathy can talk to you and show you the numbers so you can understand where the budget is right now. We've got the city budget pretty close, but it's not entirely. We got to do just a little more calculating on it. But then the utility budget will be finalized, we feel sure, in the next 2 days, and they'll be through too. So all of it should be done by the end of this week, so y'all can look at it, what it is. I will entertain any questions if anybody has anything in what I said at this time.
Only question I've got is which departments are you talking about?
All
All departments, okay,
all departments.
thank you.
I'd like to add one thing. I can't find it right in here right now, but I know it's in here about what our fuel is going up this year because it's so high. And I know we keep kicking this can down the road now for 6 or 7 months. But if we pull some of those vehicles in, I burn $70 a week in my truck just around town.
We just had this discussion today, Tim. And what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to start logging miles down, and what we're gonna have to do is cut 1% off these miles to save gas. And that's, I've been talking to them today about it, especially, the police department. They log a lot of miles, but we're well aware of this. And our question on our mind was, how long will this go on? We can't put everything that we've discussed, what I've talked about tonight, but everything we have is on the table right now. And what we're trying to do is go into a savings mode for this year, so we know exactly where we are with our revenue and what we're paying out. That's the reason we're doing it, the reason I'm proposing this tonight. But we'll come back to the board because some of these have to have a resolution passed to do these things. We just can't do it.
What about our take-home policy? Is there any, looking at, like, reducing some of
There
these?
is. Everything is on the table. Nothing is off the table. Everything.
Yeah, that's basically what I was talking about too.
Yeah, everything's on the table.
My personal truck, I burn $70 a week just around town at Walmart.
But we already know that we already know that it's gonna tip the budget. We already know that. We know we've already had, questions about that. I did not have an answer for it, but we're gonna have to come up with something that can figure out a way to reduce some of this fuel cost. But we don't figure it's gonna come to the end anytime soon. We're having after we get through this, I'm gonna sit down with the department heads, and we didn't have anything put together. I wanted to have it before we had this meeting, but I couldn't get it together to do it. We're gonna have one with the department heads, and we're gonna discuss this heavily. I'm welcoming ideas from them. If not, I can impose ideas, I think, but I think it's up to them to come up with a valid plan. If not, we got public comments. Anybody want to speak to the board tonight? All right, no public comments. Unfinished business is none. New business. Number one is the Lexington Utility Communication Tower.
So the communication tower is complete. We do like the fencing, it was not in that contract. So we put that out to bid. We had 3 bidders, and the low bid was West Tennessee Fence for $12,480.
Justin, there was a lot of variance in these bids. Is there a difference in quality? Is there a difference in?
Like I said, all these were vetted and they all were good contractors. It just,
Some just higher than
a
others?
lot, some are still kind of stuck with, COVID and ARPA money, and this is not ARPA, this was grant funding.
Justin, West Tennessee Fence Company does a lot for the state. I know they do for forestry. Matter of fact, I had them to do one the other day. They do good work, so I make a motion that we use West Tennessee Fencing Company with a base bid of $12,480.
Second.
Could I hear that amount again?
$12,480.
$12,480.
Yes.
Thank you.
Call the roll.
Roger Lofton.
Yes.
Tim Rhodes.
Yes.
Donna Ross.
Yes.
Jimmy White.
Yes.
Sandra Wood.
Yes.
Chip Park.
Yes.
Operation, Lexington Utilities Operation Report.
This is just something I added, so it has our monthly transactions, from the office. It's gonna have your new taps and services for all three departments. It's gonna have, the work orders, that we perform, and then the after hours work orders that comes through. And it's, like I said, I'll be putting these in monthly, and, like I said, y'all look at them, if you ever have any questions, just let me know.
I appreciate you putting that together.
Next, we got the write-offs.
Right off totals up a little bit this month, still think it's due to the winter weather. But it's $9,616.65.
Make a motion to approve, excuse me, do I have a motion to approve?
I make a motion.
Second.
Call the roll.
Tim Rhodes.
Yes.
Donna Ross.
Yes.
Jimmy White.
Yes.
Sandra Wood.
Yes.
Chip Park.
Yes.
Roger Lofton.
Yes.
Okay, so. We're gonna move on to the Lexington Electric System monthly reports.
We'll start with the training and safety report. The only thing I'll mention here is on the second page of that. We had our, CPR training for all employees. That was the week of April 14th to the 17th. So all employees, completed their CPR and first aid, response training. We had our monthly, safety training with the operations department. Title was dealing with the public in the field. It was related to any time they're on a job site and the public may interact with them, how to respond appropriately and things like that. That's basically what that covers. The next, scheduled safety meeting will be May 29th. That's Friday after Memorial Day. The topic will be pole top and bucket rescue. So basically, if somebody's working on a pole top or in a bucket truck, lifted up, and they come into contact with an energized device or become unconscious for some reason, how to rescue that person. So that's a pretty big topic we'll cover, next month, or the end of this month, excuse me. The outage report, we had, we're able to get through April with no significant outages, so nothing to report on that, which is kind of unfamiliar given we're in the middle of storm season right now, so, it's always a good thing, no outages to report on. And then finally, I'll go to the LexNet figures. You can see our overall take rate increased 1 percentage point to 32%. The last 2 or 3 months have been very good to us. We've, installed several new customers. Since the last board meeting, we installed 186 new customers. And then breaking that down by service territory, we increased 1 percentage point in Sand Ridge, North Lexington, Chesterfield, Montgomery, South Parsons, and Parsons. So still growing strong, doing well there. And while I'm on the topic of LexNet, I know, we all know about Brent Burnine, leaving out, in this month. We did successfully find a replacement for him. It'll be Brad Moore. He's, somebody that's worked in the telecom industry 31 years. He's got a lot of experience under his belt, has a very similar background to Brent. He's had, dealings with, anything from the operations, construction, maintenance of the facilities. He's been involved with customer service. Sorry about that. So he's been involved in several different aspects of it. I think he'll be a good fit for us. I have no doubt that, it'll be a smooth transition, given that he's had a similar background to Brent. I think it'll go well. He starts with us, Thursday, 14th of this week. So look forward to having him. Really, the only negative I can say about him is his name is also Brad. So it can make things a little bit confusing when you got 2 Brads to work with, but I think we'll be able to get through it.
What was his last name?
More.
Moore.
He's from the Parsons area.
What company did he work with?
TDS. He covered, what they call the West Tennessee market for TDS, so he was responsible for all of West Tennessee, part of Middle Tennessee.
Y'all are behind, I think, a little bit installing, right? I had somebody tell me they told them 2 weeks before they could even get their system put in.
2 weeks has always been kind of the rule of thumb we'll mention. That's usually worst case scenario. Most time we get done well before then, but we'll say 2 weeks, typically just kind of give us a little bit of cushion for the work. Typically don't take that long, but, as far as being behind, I wouldn't say we're really behind. We're doing okay on scheduling and all that. Sometimes you gotta work around, you know, rain and weather and stuff. We had a little bit lately, but not enough to really affect the ground conditions unless you're already in a hole somewhere, but, yeah, I wouldn't say we're terrible. I think we're okay.
Being behind's better than caught up, isn't it?
Didn't take a look at it. Anything else?
Okay.
Thank you. Does the board have anything? Meeting adjourned.